Hey everybody, it's Christine of Twinkle Plans for Day, and this is last week's spread. I'm going to show you the after the pens from now on. The hearts had my meal plans, the one on the hearts on the left-hand side. I really enjoyed this spread, but now I think I'm going to go for something a little more sophisticated. So I have these hexagons. I think I'm going to do a rainbow hexagon spread and add florals to it. But the first thing I'm going to do, the first half of this plan with me, is going to be getting my hexagons together. So I went through the different books, and I gotta say, that rainbow book, the one I love so much, the Rainbow Mega Pack, has exactly what I need for hexagons. So whenever I didn't have the right color, I just went to that book. I'm trying to decide at this point whether I should have all my hexagons the same size or have a variation of sizes. So here I'm putting the two different sizes together, and I decide that I think it looks pretty good. So I'm hoping that I have more hexagons of that size, the bigger size, so I don't just have one there. So I'm starting to put them down. I'm pretty confident that the vision in my head is going to end up being what I see on my page, because I've done hexagon spreads before and I've done rainbow spreads before. I don't think I've ever done both of them at the same time. I've done journaling spreads like this, but not for like a weekly. We'll see how it turns out. I'm pretty confident about this one. Most of the time I go in without having a clue. So here's the rainbow book. And it's got everything perfectly, like all the reds together, all the oranges together. So here I'm going to look for some orange hexagons, and I strike it rich here. I've got plenty to choose from. And I've got some yellow ones right there. I'm going to go right for it. Oh, I see this half one, and I thought to myself, this is a good time to use that half hexagon. This week, I'm really not constricted with anything that I have to do or be, because I'm on vacation this week and it's so exciting. So I don't have to be anywhere or do anything. We're going to have snow all week, so it's not like I'm going to go places. So the hexagon will be things that I need to do around the house and things I'd like to do for my Instagram to catch up, because I feel like I'm always 2 steps behind everybody else. I'm always posting something as soon as I make it and don't plan in advance at all. So this week, I'd like to do that. Plan things in advance, maybe do some spreads in advance so that I'm not always rushing to get things done and posted. So here I am looking for some greens. I was so lucky. I found all these variations of greens. I was kind of excited. So I had plenty of things to choose from. I can do like 20 spreads, 20 rainbow spreads with hexagons. That's how many I had. I was so happy. So what I think I'm going to do is write down my to-dos for each day in the hexagons. Like the Mondays, on Monday I'll do all the red ones. I'll fill in the red ones. On Tuesday I'll fill in orange ones of things I'd like to do, if I didn't say that already. Working with the different size hexagons, it was a little tricky trying to get them to fit. Normally, if you use the hexagons that are all the same size, it's pretty easy to have them all next to each other, and it has this really cool honeycomb effect. But this one was a little tricky with the different sizes, so I had different spaces. You see that in between the red and the orange, there's that space there. But I wasn't too worried, because I know I want to put florals everywhere, and I'll just add flowers and leaves in those spaces, so you won't even be able to tell. It won't look awkward at all. At least I hope it won't. And I'm so happy I found a big blue hexagon as well. And then a purple one to match. I mean, I was just totally high doing this spread. I was totally in the flow. When you're in the flow of something and you lose sense of time, and you know, nothing can distract you, you're totally into it. This is totally how I was when I was doing this spread. And I'm so glad I'm starting to do these plan with me's with no voiceover instead of I'm doing the voiceover afterwards, which has helped me so much. So I'm able to concentrate more on what I'm doing. Okay, so here I'm putting a hexagon layering over another hexagon. And I thought, oh my gosh. At first, I didn't think it was going to look good, but I really do like the effect of the hexagon layered over another one. So I thought I'd add a yellow one, because I didn't want that to be the only one that was layered. So I added another one. I was going back and forth about where I should put that hexagon. I thought, oh, I'd have to take this one of them out, and I tried getting it out with one of those, what do you call those things? That thing that I'm using right now, that tool, trying to take it off, was very unsuccessful. And you know how I feel, I really don't feel like once a sticker's down, it's kind of rare that I'll take it off. I usually will just try to work around it. because it always, for me, I have terrible luck trying to get stickers off a page once it's down. So I didn't care too much. I knew I was going to work around it. So I just layered it. I love the layering. Now for the future, I know that layering does work with hexagons. I think it's cute. So the next time I do one, I know I'll layer it a little bit more. So there's the base of my spread. So once I had the base, I took out all the floral sticker books I had. These are from Jessica of Live.Love.Posh. Is that the right one? I'm going to link it down below. If you're interested, her florals are just absolutely stunning. I took out some yellow ones just to make sure I had enough yellow, because yellow is kind of hard to find. So I took out the flowers one as well. So I'm going to start with the yellow since I took these ones out. And I'm going to go through the books and then just pick out colors as I see them. But I wanted to do the yellow ones first just because I was afraid I wouldn't have anything. For the green, I know I'll have a lot of greenery and leaves, so I'm not too worried about the green. But the yellow I was kind of worried about, so I picked a few out. And I don't know what flowers come from what book. I just know that these are from Jessica's books, but I couldn't tell you from which one. And she has a new one coming out, folks. You guys, that girl's on fire. She comes out with a new book like every other week. It's crazy. But I just love it. So check out the link that I'll put in my description. It's not an affiliate or anything. I kind of took up my time with this spread. And normally I don't have as much time as this to do a spread because it's usually Sunday night and I'm usually crazy. But this time, since I'm on vacation, I really don't have that much to do. I'm on vacation. I'm on break for a week from work. I'm not going anywhere. But I had some extra time, so I thought to myself I'd sit down in my craft room and really enjoy the process and take my time with it. So I was able to do that. Here I'm going back and forth with those leaves. I don't know what I was thinking with those leaves. And I also am like trying to cut the flowers so that they go exactly against it, but then I'm like, just layer them on top of it. See, here I'm having trouble just cutting it so that it fits perfectly around, and I'm trying to make it perfect, and I go back and forth. Wasn't not very successful, but there you go. The other ones, finally, I'm just like, just put it over the hexagon. So here I find some nice blue ones, and I really love the color, this color leaf. It goes like in between green and blue, so it was the perfect place for that. I think that sheet was from like the baby book, the baby girl book that came out a couple years ago. So I'm just going through. These are old ones that just leaves pages that have fallen out of other books. And I kind of like the layered look over it, so I'm just going to not bother with cutting the flowers anymore. I'm just sticking them right on top. So here I have no problem just cutting a little piece of floral out of another grouping just to get the color I wanted. And I really like that the green is in between the yellow and the green there, that leaf, just to make it more flowing, to make it flow through. So I layered that on top, that pink one on top of the Monday there, on that hexagon, and I'm using my little cutting tool because I don't like the way that looks. So I'm just going to cut it off to give me more room to write in that hexagon. I'm going to use the other piece of that sticker and put it on top there. I had trouble finding red flowers, actually. I do find enough for this spread. I'm going through Jessica's thing, and this is beautiful. These are beautiful, and I do use them, but I didn't want everything to be the same. Like, I wanted more than just one kind of sticker there. So I'm going through my flowers book to see now what I can find. And I think this is going to do just nicely for the green section. I'm just cutting off some of these flowers. Stickers are paper stickers, so they have that white contoured around them. So I'm just cutting those off as close to the image as possible. And these little flowers go perfectly in between the spaces. So I'm just going through the book, and when I see something I like, I'm just putting it on the right color. So that is, I think this flowers I'm going to put for red. That'll be a focal point there. Then I'm noticing that I'm really going to start to need some smaller flowers. So I'm going through the mega packs and I take out the wrong one. This is not the mega pack that has the flowers that I want. So I take out the other one. It's the Brights one, the Brights mega pack that has these cute little flowers on the left hand side. And well, that one's not small, but they have a whole bunch of like 3 or 4 pages of just small flowers of totally different colors. So it works perfectly to use those in between the spaces that weren't filled with the hexagons when they're near each other. You see that the white spaces between the hexagons. Wanted to fill those up. So this was like the perfect book for that. This isn't the page I'm talking about. This is the page I'm talking about. See the flowers on top? And on top of that, these are clear stickers, so it works perfectly. You can really put those flowers close together. You won't have that awkward white line between them. So I'm just going to fill up those spaces. I had a lot of fun doing it, just grouping everything together. You know, I think I did a spread very similar to this over the summer for my journaling, but I hadn't done it in my planner. After I finish going through that mega book with the little flowers, I go back to the flower sticker book and start to find some flowers to finish up the right-hand side of the page. I think the left-hand side is pretty good. I'm going to leave it at that, I think. I'm just going through it and trying to get like that perfect flower for that perfect spot. And I'm going to soon come up to my absolute favorite. These are my favorite florals in all the books. And there's that blue sticker that I think that blue sticker with the flowers is my favorite sticker of all time. I almost didn't use it because it's my favorite. I didn't want to, quote, waste it, but I figured I'm not going to waste it. I really like the spread. It really will enhance the spread. Oh, I just love that sticker. I guess we all have a sticker like that we love so much we don't want to use. I figured I can always buy. I have 2 books. I probably have another one like that. But I just love that sticker. It's so perfect. I love the color. It's not a color you see all the time. Anyway, I'm just adding the finishing touches, which of course is my favorite part of planning because there's not the stress anymore of, is this going to look good? Is this going to be okay? I pretty much know at this point that it's going to look good. And I'm just filling in little sections. This might be my favorite spread ever that I've ever done. I was totally on a high. When you have something that you really like, it really makes it so much more fun. Plus, this is my birthday week, so I wanted something special. I'm going to do another spread, like a birthday spread, to celebrate my birthday, but this is just for the week. This is my functional spread, and I'm just going to do a fun spread probably tomorrow, if not Monday. So stay tuned for that. I probably will be using Mickey and Minnie. I had to cut out some of the parts because it was just taking forever. I didn't know what to say over the voiceover. There's only so much you could say about me just filling in spaces with flowers. So I did cut up a little bit of the video here. But you get the picture. I'm just putting florals around my hexagons. And again, I say this all the time, but using these florals, it's very forgiving. I didn't really have to go back and forth too much. Once the sticker was down, it was down. I didn't, go crazy about how every single detail was. But it did take my time. And I didn't put too much pressure on myself either, which I like because it is so forgiving. And I'm adding some finishing touches here and there. And I think I wanted to add some greenery on the right side. I don't want it to be totally rainbow, completely rainbow. I do want the colors to flow a little bit more. So I was looking for some leaves to come out of the bottom part, but not before I add more flowers. So I had a good choice of purple and pinks. And I'm just rearranging this sticker here like a little puzzle. So it looks like it's coming from behind. And it's so fun to use the little scraps when you cut up a sticker and just find another place to put the scrap. It's kind of fun. I was like totally giddy when I was doing this spread. I gotta say, it made me so happy. And I hope that planning is happy for you too. If you like this spread, give it a thumbs up. You can catch me on Instagram at @TwinklePlansHerDay. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.